Welcome to Organizing Your Canvas course to optimize student learning. Now that you've gotten a start with Canvas and have had some experience with it, I thought this would be a good time to think about course design before next semester. You may look at your course shell and say, well, everything is there, but just having everything you need in one place is not enough. Good organization and clear navigation stemming from well-planned design choices allows students to access what they want quickly and easily, minimizing frustration with you and your course. Take a moment to think about your course and the way your students experience it. Two questions to ask yourself are these. Does your course structure currently have flow? Can students find what they need? Can they access materials and submit materials easily? Is it easy for students to orient themselves within your course? And do they understand what they need to do and when? A second question to consider is how consistent and purposeful are your design choices? Do you use standard naming conventions? Are materials and assignments consistently labeled? Consider the clarity of your organization. Are students able to tell, what is this thing and where are these things housed? Let's look at 3 organizing structures you can use to create logical flow and aid student learning. The first one we'll look at is modules, the second, pages, and lastly, files and assignments. Think about what you're currently doing and what you might want to change for next semester. Which overriding structure will you use to help students navigate easily through your course? Organizing with modules is my personal preference. I think it's the easiest and the clearest. You can organize by week, unit, or topic. And it helps if you start each module with an overview page where you lay out the activities and the expectations. You set some learning objectives and provide them with some guiding questions. You want to orient students not just to the tasks they'll do, but also how this learning connects with what comes later. Let's look at a couple of examples. This first example is from an Ancient Civ course. You can see they have a colorful landing page, very simple menu, and down at the bottom they tell students specifically, here's how to get started, 1, 2, 3. Here is the structure of the module so that you can see clearly how students are expected to move through the different units. And here is a sample Module 1 orientation page. You can see it begins with a little bit of information. Down below it has the assignments listed with a bit of a timetable so students know about how long to expect they should be spending on each one. And then finally the learning outcomes are listed so that students know what it is they're supposed to learn from completing this module. Here's a second example where modules are used to organize the information. This one uses pictures to orient students and each is labeled, so week 1, week 2, and so on. And they have a few more options in the menu, but essentially it's very similar to the last one. Like the last example, this one starts out with an agenda, so you can see week 1 intro and agenda, and then they've used headings to divide up the week 1 unit into 2 sections. So the first being before class, what students need to do and know before they come into class, and the after class, what will they be doing after they've been in the face-to-face class. This is a great way to orient students. And this is just a shot of that intro and agenda page so that you can see how they've laid it out. Very similar to the last one. They have an introductory piece, they have the lesson tasks, here's what students will need to do, and you can see each one as a link. And finally down at the bottom they have the outcomes. What is it that students need to be able to do or know by the end of this unit? Another way to organize your Canvas course is by using pages. You can use a page and hook links into it for each week or unit or topic, and this will help you simplify the navigation. You'll still need to hide the pages link in your menu so that students aren't clicking on pages because the pages will be listed alphabetically. So in this example, you can see over in the side menu, this is all there is. This is the landing page. Students go right here. They can see the numbers very clearly. They're oriented, where do I need to go to figure out what I'm doing each week. So if they click on one of the weeks, they get the agenda for the week and all of the activities are spelled out for them. You can also organize using the files and assignments, but do beware. Both of those are organized alphabetically, so you have to be very clear on what students are to do. And this is where that consistent naming comes into play. So here on the landing page, they've included all of their course policies and information, news and announcements and so on. Over to the side in the menu, you can see files and assignments listed there. Here's a shot of their directory page so that students know what information will be covered when. And if we click on week 2, the cell cycle and cancer, you can see how the assignments are lined out. So this week's assignments and any notes or links that they need are included below. Here's just a screenshot of one of those links. So week 2, homework 1, they have a very consistent naming structure, and then within that they've listed out the week's readings and the week's assignments. No matter which structure you choose, you want to consider these options here. Creating a dynamic landing or home page that's eye-catching and interesting for students, but also easy to navigate, clearly organized. You want to limit options in the navigation bar in as much as you are able, and assign due dates to assignments and tasks to populate your calendar. Students would like to sync this calendar, the Canvas calendar, with their Google or other calendars. Here's a template I'm happy to share with you. Just let me know if you're interested. Notice it has a very simple menu, some colorful graphics. It's easy for students to orient themselves. This is just a second example. I'm more than happy to help you set this up. It's very easy. I can create it, transfer it in for you. You can fill in the information. So please let me know if you're interested in using one of these templates. And this is just one that I've created for the IDD group. Whatever your style, build flow by structuring your content and activities logically. Pick a single structure and stick to it. See your course from a student or a novice user perspective, and simplify, simplify, simplify. Contact me if you need any help with this.